Welcome, welcome. Clear up the air a bit. Hope for clear connection today. Welcoming in like-minded energies for a fun reading today for the sign of Gemini. Hopefully an inspiring reading, wherever you are in the world. Let's shuffle. I looked over at the camera screen, it was 1111. Synchronicities abound, Gemini. Synchronicities abound. Let's have a tarot reading for the month of March for the sign of Gemini. So a tarot reading for the month of March for the sign of Gemini. Let's have some messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March 2021. Let's have some messages for the sign of Gemini for March 2021. Let's have some messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March 2021. North Node is in your sign, Gemini. That's a lot of what might feel like volatile energy. And it might really feel like you're on unstable ground at the moment, Gemini. And I think a lot of that has to do with how worth it you feel, and how all of you've put in might mean that you're sort of defending yourself at the time being. Might be a bit of a poke and prod energy around you. It might feel like you've got to keep your guard up and be quite defensive. And I think that's not going to be, but I think it is quite important for you to be able to defend your ground for the time being, at least. If you feel like you're having to fight off a lot of energies at the moment, I think I would totally take a recce, an internal recce, as to why you might have turned a little backed up. Gemini, it's worth you thinking about the steps that you're making and then the ripple cause it's having on the people around you. The ripple effect it's having on the people around you. 2 cards on the floor. Wow. The Ace of Pentacles, the Temperance card, and the 3 of Cups, Gemini. Efforts that may have felt unstable. Efforts that might have felt like they were requiring a lot of energy and attention from you. Things that really just felt like you were on shaky ground seem to manifest into an influx of abundance. This is money, this is investments, this is money just turning up out of the blue, a windfall. It's an abundant month, Gemini. Significant Sagittarius energy. South Node is currently in Sagittarius. I feel like there's a lesson to be learned here. And if there's a bit of a challenging energy between you and a Sagittarius, I feel like it's really time to lighten up the energies. Cause for celebration, and it wouldn't hurt you to actually reach out. There's a leveling off of this energy, accepting more responsibility, seeing where you can then delegate and get some help. I do feel as if, Gemini, you might be in a situation where you do need some help, and it might feel like you're overwhelmed or in over your head, but I promise you, it's turning into money. It's turning into financial gain. It's turning into financial benefit. Something that you're doing that seems like unstable energy turns into something financially quite lucrative for you. A bit of moderation and patience at the time being. There's a need for you to really alchemize your inner energies. Try and convert the bad to good. See where it is that you have the potential of creating gold around you, because it seems like with the influx of these new energies, these people, or even going back to certain energies, you really luck out. And I think the trick isn't to be flustered. Kind of really lay your stakes at the moment, lay your ground, see where it is that you want to go now, what it is that you're building, and how a bit of patience might really work out in your favor. Sagittarius energy, a need for a bit of a philosophical approach, I would say, at the moment. Gemini. A bit of a philosophical approach, I think. Should we keep shuffling? The month of March is going to be one that requires, Gemini, effort that you put into the people around you. Not only because you're really going to be needing help. And whatever it is, it's a lot to do with you freeing up space or mental space, I want to say, and delegating a little bit just so you can alchemize some of the bads that might have been following you around for a minute. I said it to Pisces, I said it to Taurus, I said it to Virgo. There's no shame in asking for help when you need it. And it might mean that you have to reach out, but I wouldn't see that as a bad thing, Gemini. I really wouldn't. I think if anything, if you get the opportunity to make amends, where you get the opportunity to balance and level out some emotions that may have been going through some turbulent cycles, you might really see that it turns out in your favor. It might free up some of this worry that you've got going on, and it might actually allow for some of this financial blessing to come through too. Because as unsure you are of your energy or your efforts at the moment, a little leveling out, a little balance can really do you a lot of good. Hi guys, I see more of you had joined. If I could get a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Also, we've got one question, one card at Ruby Reads Tarot, PayPal Ruby Reads Tarot. But let's have some questions afterwards. Let's do this reading first. Help that might be available to you once you're ready to ask for it. I think the real look at delegating some of your workload, because some of that energy that is being a bit flustered and sort of divided in 1,000 different directions, or just like life and all the questions and all the probes and prods that it comes with. There's a lot of money that's available here. Channel into it, Gemini. Don't frazzle your energy before you even get to. And I think that's why the Temperance card has come up here, this Sagittarian energy, this need to sort of temper off some of the excess. And the excess could be anything. Shopping, social media, too much time on the phone, not enough time meditating, leveling yourself off. Let's have some more messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March 2021. Let's have some more messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March 2021. Let's have some more messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March 2021. Hi guys, welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. Let's have some more messages for the month of March 2021 for the sign of Gemini. Five of Pentacles. Wow, Gemini, you too. This has been a popular energy, and it's not surprising, really. It really isn't surprising, but I think it is something that a lot of us are going to have the opportunity to really address and really look at, because I think a lot of us have been sort of seeking for relief, you know, a way out of a tricky predicament. And it may have felt like the energies have been really quite heavy recently. And kind of want to say that with Pisces season being the end of a cycle, you really managed to close out this Five of Pentacles if you're ready and willing to accept that the help that you need will come once you address the fact that your energies are quite flustered. And you might be overdoing it a little bit, Gemini, and it might actually be time to call in the trustworthy help that you need. Ace of Pentacles. There's money riding on this. There's money that's coming in. There's money that might have felt blocked because there's a little bit of balancing that needs to take place. There's a little bit of moderation, a little bit of a philosophical approach to an issue that might have held you in quite a less than place. You might have felt a bit lack mentality. It might have felt as if the help that you needed wasn't available to you, or you didn't feel necessarily as strong. I'm thinking especially within a partnership. This is also Taurus energy. So seeing where it is that you kind of blocked yourself, blocked your abundance off because of some of the relationships that were kind of falling apart around you. March gives you the opportunity to decide really if these relationships are worth pursuing and carrying on with, and the necessary ones might need some you're tending to, and they might need a bit more energy from you if you have it, Gemini. And that's why I say stop wasting your energy on things around you that are happening that might feel like they're challenging to you, and the best way to avoid that kind of stuff is to try not to get people's backs up. See where it is you can make amends where you might have had people's backs up. Because I feel if you are to manage this, or better manage this energy, there's a lot of support that can potentially pull you out of a less than ideal situation and actually put you back into the flow of abundance. Let's have some more messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March 2021. Remember, guys, one question, one card, 1111, PayPal at Ruby Reads Tarot. For any questions that you might have, but let's do that at the end of the reading. Let's have some more messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March 2021. Have another message for the month of March 2021 for the sign of Gemini. Gemini, really take advantage of the North Node still being in your sign. Gemini, Mars is in your sign at the moment also. And whilst this is yes, fantastic for your libido, there's a lot more to this energy should you be able to be receptive of it. Your leadership skills are going to get pulled to forefront, center stage, and a lot of that has to do with how you're managing your energy. If you are mercurial energy with something like Mars, which is like a steamroller energy charging through your sign anyway, and not careful, you run the risk of burnout. So sleep in Pisces season. Really level yourself out, and I don't think I can stress enough the importance of making sure that you are rested. Because if you're not, you kind of turn something that can potentially be worth celebrating into something that has had the fun zapped out of it. And it won't kill you to have a little bit of fun. Like, it doesn't need to be so serious. And fun doesn't always need to be so controlled and regulated or strictly on your terms. Open up. Open up. It's really okay to let somebody else take control. It's really okay to let other people come in and help you. And if they're doing things their own way, be open and accepting of it. Diversity is a skill, okay? It's a blessing. And this is diversity, Gemini. And should you wish to open up a little bit more, you really allow help to come in that saves your butt, that really pulls you out of quite a tricky predicament. Don't block your blessings by feeling deliberately blocked. And how does one feel deliberately blocked? Well, they do things that show that they're blocked. Do you know what I mean? So kind of be a bit savvy about the energy that you're putting out there at the moment, Gemini. Let's have some more messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March 2021. Let's have some more messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March. There's 3 messages here. Oh no, we have 5 messages here. I have the Fool card, the Queen of Cups, the 9 of Swords, the 4 of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Gemini, how much is getting out of that rut worth to you? How much is getting out of that rut worth to you? If it's worth it enough, get a bit emotive, will you? Just connect with your feelings and be quite truthful and honest with you. This is help from a female energy also. Strong water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer. There's a lot of internal work that's being brought to the surface right now. And if you're not careful, you'll waste this opportunity just flouncing your energy away again unnecessarily. This isn't the time to flounder away the energy, Gemini. How badly do you want this new beginning? How badly do you want to reset that emotional clock that hasn't stopped ticking away? And it seems as if it's racked up quite a hefty bill. And what you seem to be carrying around, you seem to be paying with your peace of mind with, you know? This connection in Pisces season to your inner desires, wants, needs, wishes, emotions, things that you deliberately, actively ignore. I wonder if you can even channel them. I think during Venus being in Pisces, it's really not going to be that tricky or that hard for you to get in tune with any of that. Clear up your sleeping space. There's too much going on. It's way too cluttered. I've said it to Virgo, I'll say it to you also. Keep the phones out of the bedroom. Try and sleep in silence. Because there's some stuff that needs clearing in your head. And the more you input, it's like overflowing at the moment. And that's probably why you're having a lot of trouble of not really counting your blessings at the moment. This energy, right? There's 9 of Swords, 4 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. Let's just put all of this to one side for this for a second, right? Just so let's talk about this. You're kind of depleting your own energy, Gemini. And there's stuff that you can't change. There are things that you can't do anything about other than accept. And the quicker you are to accept that whatever it is might not be satiating to you and has you feeling less than, and you want perhaps more because you're really not happy with whatever this lot is. Your part within this really has a lot to do with the reactions that are coming at you perhaps right now, and the way that you're dealing with them perhaps aren't helpful to your finances, to the Sagittarius energy, or even your own patience or your own internal alchemy, or to this new beginning. And it's definitely not helping how you're coming across to the people around you. The way out of this, Gemini, that I see is this water energy, this Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, this being emotionally in tune, being a little bit empathic, being connecting, I think, nurturing yourself, your emotions, the way that you feel, and seeing where you suppress them enough and let them manifest into this kind of less than mindset, like really not quite grateful for the opportunities that do surround you still, and a little bit cold and detached because you're too up there in your head. In this season, the way for this isn't going to be the Gemini way to create enough of a distractive energy around you and kind of blur all into the background, like just pretend it's not there. The season might have come as a saving grace for you, Gemini. You allow yourself a lot of healing this month. You allow yourself a lot of change, potential for change. You allow yourself the creation of different. Work on this stuff though, and do it so that it's not from anywhere else. Because ultimately that cup is waiting for you to fill it with stuff that you find joyous. And where there may have been a lot of different inputs into that cup, I don't think Pisces season will really let you half-ass filling that cup up other than for yourself. You're coming out of quite a tricky period, financially speaking, as well as just your general feeling of self-worth. You might really have been put in situations that you have felt were beneath you. And it might even have challenged you financially, as well as home, as well as your identity within a relationship, karmic relationships playing out in a tough way. Four of Cups, you can't carry on with belittling what is actually good around you. It's like they say, if you don't use it, you lose it, kind of thing. There is an opportunity here for you once you get out of your head a little bit and into your heart space. The efforts that you're making might feel like you are literally just trying to stab in the dark for something to stick. There's no point unless you plug out. There's no point unless you allow yourself a little bit of time to actually do the work and clear up this that's hanging over your head and actually get a proper night's sleep. Allow yourself the opportunity to come back to an energy that you're familiar with, at least within yourself, but take a bit of an emotional detour to that direction. How badly do you want this new beginning, huh? How willing are you to not only work on all these external things that you do to fill up your mind and fill up your time so that you can avoid doing the internal work that you really need to. And how many of these distractions are you going to still surround yourself with? Knowing damn well that they don't satiate you, and even if it does, it's really temporary, isn't it? It's always just for the time being. It's always superficial. It's never like entirely 100% satiating, and you know why. And I don't think you need me to tell you why, other than make amends with the real people around you. If you've done wrong by anyone, now to just fix the situation and focus on mending it, Gemini. Especially if you're in a relationship with someone and it's been going a bit not as you'd want it to. Fix your relationships. Sagittarius energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, air sign energy too. Libra, Aquarius, fellow Gemini. If you wish to take a new direction, if you wish to take a new path, it really is once you decide to temper your energy. Really and truly speaking, Gemini, you are really kind of lashing out in all directions, and you have no idea how many feathers you're ruffling. Turn it down a notch, huh? Because it's reflecting badly on you. That's kind of making you look a bit bewildered and a bit out of your depth. You could take a really kind, emotional approach to it, and it could be something that really brings out a different side of you and lets other people see a different side of you. And that, I think, is where the release energy, the new beginning energy, kind of falls into play. You kind of get the chance to start again within these relationships, within this crowd, within this group, within this family circle, whatever it is. You get the chance to start again, depending on how kind-hearted and warm and honest you're willing to be, or how willing you are to accept the help of whoever this person is that wants to help you. Level yourself out. It doesn't need to be your way all the time. A bit of diversity in thought, a bit of tolerance and acceptance for others, maybe not seeing yourself above others, could make a lot of difference, Gemini. Especially to the way that you're being received, to the way that people are seeing you. If you wish, this month can have you right back on track, especially with your finances. But finding a part of that Gemini sparky fun energy might be really important first. Let's get some more messages for Gemini. If you guys have any questions, it's 1111 at PayPal Ruby Reads Tarot for a one question, one card answer. Thank you to everyone who joined me here today. Let me know where you're from. Hopefully by now you've understood that holding it so tightly means that you really don't allow more to come in. And that could be for anything in your life. It doesn't even need to be in direct relation to your finances. So there's a resistance to loss. And this might mean that there is a need for you to look at loss and how it might have affected you over the years, and subconsciously what that plays out in your mind. Like, what does that look like? Because there is loss here. And it does look like holding on too tightly is almost an agreement that you make with the universe, where you're deciding, like, this is your level. Whatever you're holding on too tightly to right now, Gemini, I would strongly suggest release the clasp. Let go and let it happen. Let yourself be freer. This need for control, such a strong need for control, is debilitating you, kind of holding you back. But maybe look at why there are so many control traps in your life right now, and how long you've been like that, and why it is that there is this need for so much control. Are you afraid of losing what you already have? That fear is a drain. And if you weren't sure, I think the potential of losing what's precious should be enough incentive to understand that there are certain things that you shouldn't hold on so tightly to, Gemini. Let go. Just let go a little bit. Release the clasp. Don't hold on too tightly. There's no point. Everything is transient. And in this month, wow, closing out a cycle with a water sign, forget it. Nothing's staying the same. It's all going to change. All of it. And by the end of the month, there's energy in your sign. Who you'll be at the beginning and who you'll be at the end will say it all. Release the need to control. There's going to be a lot of charge through your sign anyway this month. And let it be a natural charge. It doesn't need to be an ego-based charge. It can very much be a charge that is helpful without being overbearing. And the need to control might be something that needs to be thought about in this season. And if it is truly necessary to have that much control. Surrender control, Gemini. I think for March, too much is changing. Get the help where you need it. Make amends with the relationships where you can. Let's have some more messages for the month of March for the sign of Gemini 2021. Let's have some more messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March 2021. The Sun card, the Seven of Swords, the Six of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Four of Wands. There's a revival in a relationship here, Gemini. It might require you moving on. The need to reestablish communication, as well as energy, as well as contentment within this relationship. I think if you keep focusing on what was taken or what you lost or what you left behind, you're kind of going to defeat the whole purpose of rejigging this situation, reworking the situation. Your card, the sun energy, by the time the sun comes into your sign, Gemini, I hope that you are able to really accept your lot and see that how what you've got right now is really good. Nostalgia, going back to the way things were, sentimentality, it really has a lot to do with the communication and the initiative of establishing some sort of communication or some sort of energy exchange. Try not to look for things that are wrong in the situation. Kind of move away from that. There is the potential to re-establish this Four of Wands. You know, if you're in a marriage, if you're in a partnership, I don't think this is, if you're single going back to an ex, I don't think this is that. I think this is the birth of new energies for the need to reconnect within a relationship. But there needs to be a real heavy focus on moving away from what didn't work. Stop looking at the past, Gemini. Stop looking at what wasn't. Stop looking at what you left behind or what you could have had. The energy needs to be poured into the present moment and what was as better. Because whatever you can, right now, whatever you create is 100% like, it's on you. Completely on you. Don't do things of boredom and then you do them and then you kind of resent yourself for doing it because it wasn't necessarily in alignment to the reconciliation of this Four of Wands. Kind of move on. Move on. It's okay if you decide to be free. If you need to establish freedom within a relationship, I would set about creating that as a new ground. Moving away from previous patterns within a relationship that might have involved like the communication being off or bringing up things from the past or holding on to things too tightly. Oh, who we have? Small wildflowers. Good morning, Ruby. Gemini rising, Oregon, USA. I'm at work sneaking into this. Welcome. Why am I whispering? I don't know. Cool. Okay. Let's get some more messages in for Gemini for the month of March. If you guys have any questions, it's one question, one card. At PayPal, Ruby Reads Tarot. That's 1111. PayPal, Ruby Reads Tarot. Let's shuffle and get some more messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March 2021. Thank you for letting me know where you're watching from. We got USA in the house. Welcome, USA. Hope you guys have a lovely day today. Thank you for joining me. I'm loving doing these. The energy is so much fun when you guys are in here too with me. Get some questions if you have them. PayPal, Ruby Reads Tarot. Four of Cups energy again. There you are, Queen of Swords and the World card. Gemini, don't distract yourself. It's really not as bad as you think it is. You, in this month, close out a cycle and leave the month of March in Queen of Swords fashion. I just wouldn't use it for off with their heads kind of energy. I would use it more for, hey, let's get everything organized again. Let me bring back my sensual appeal. Let me bring back my inner power. Let me bring back my authentic confidence. Let me bring back this identity of mine, having accepted a lot of what I know I was turning away from. Like willingly, the opportunities that I were being presented in my life, I know I was perhaps turning a blind eye to them because you may not have been necessarily in your own frame of mind. You close that cycle out there and you close it out really well. And the way that you get to close it out means that, yeah, a door closed. And I don't think you'll mind having had that door closed. It will be a good opportunity, Gemini, to just reconnect. Get that sensuality back. Get that confidence back. Get that charisma, charm back. Excitement. Intellectual stimulation, Gemini, is what you're really depriving yourself of by not exploring and not discovering what these opportunities around you are at the moment. And these could be opportunities to reconnect. Yes, they could be opportunities to refocus on the direction of where a relationship's been going. But more than anything, it needs to be a readjustment of your energy. Do you know what? Time flies when we do these readings. I can't believe it's been that long, 41 minutes already. Let's get some more messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March. If anyone has any questions, it's 1111 at PayPal Ruby Reads Tarot. Let's get some more messages for the month of March. Super quiet room today. Tell me about it. Thank you for speaking up. Well, trust the Gemini to bring life to the party, so thank you very much, small wildflowers. I love that name, by the way. Those are always my favourite kind of flowers. Small wild ones. Let's have some more messages for the month of March for the sign of Gemini. Let's have some more messages for the month of March 2021 for the sign of Gemini. Ooh. 10 of Wands, closing out that cycle indeed. And it's been quite a heavy slog uphill, hasn't it? Quite a heavy slog uphill. Gemini, you're done. You know, we go through those 7-year cycles. I feel like this whole phase of having the North Node in your sign and what that meant about you and how things in your life have changed and how a lot of really serious stuff was brought up and how a lot of it was really heavy and how a lot of it had meant that you have to really just like keep pushing. Some of it might have felt so painful with so little relief. No relief. You've learned a lot from it. And there's a lot of strength that came with it. And if it doesn't feel like that right now, I think you're nearing that bit where you begin to receive the benefits of it. If you guys have got any questions, it's 1111 at Ruby Reads Tarot. Ruby Reads Tarot. Just keep shuffling for Gemini for the month of March 2021. Yesterday, everyone was really loud. I think because it was a Mercury day. I think Gemini, I'm sorry for doing your readings on a Thursday. I will do you and Virgos on Wednesdays on a Mercury day because I know it's a bit unfair to put you guys on a Thursday. Should have Capricorn today, shouldn't we? But I am working on a new recording schedule and I am still very jet lagged. But thank you very much for joining me. Always happy to have you guys here. 2 of Cups. The Empress. 7 of Cups. The 8 of Wands. The 8 of Swords. And this 4 of Cups again. What are you looking away from, Gemini? You focus so heavily on what's in front of you and just how unhappy you are with your lot that you're missing a trick. You're really missing a trick. And it might mean a bit of an eye-opening time for you. And I don't think that will be a bad thing. I think it will be a really good thing for you to readjust your priorities and readjust where your attention has been going. And I'm not surprised because it does feel like you really had to go through it, Gemini. But 5 of Pentacles means that you've reached source. The hard bit's done. 10 of Wands, I see it's been tough, but it's done. The cycle's closed out. Stop focusing so heavily on your lacks, on the thing that you're really not happy about, and kind of see the blessing in the situation, because there is actually a lot for you to be blessed or feeling blessed about at the moment. Communication comes through this month, and there's a lot of communication that needs to happen. 7 of Cups, and it doesn't all need to be things that don't materialize, you know. This is you receiving communication, giving communication, participating in communication about building your dreams. 8 of Swords. We had the 9 of Swords earlier too. Just stop holding yourself back, Gemini. Get out of this paranoia prison that you're in. Stop thinking the world's against you. Stop thinking nobody likes you. Stop thinking that, you're at a detriment, because you're really not. You're really not. You hold the potential to reconcile and rekindle something that was once toxic, something that meant that you had to walk away, something that may have been with a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, but somehow you're still there. With your Queen of Cups again, there we go. You're still there. It may have been toxic before, but I don't think it's toxic anymore. I think you guys are ready to either have a new baby together, or you guys are meeting a soulmate, a kindred spirit that is going to have you pregnant, or you're getting pregnant, so you're getting someone pregnant, someone's having babies. There's babies all over this reading. This is also something new. A new home, a new project, a new relationship, a new love. You can manifest a lot right now, and you can make a lot of dreams come true, and you can choose to live in illusionary energy and waste a potential opportunity by being caught up in your own fear and your own doubt. Or release yourself a bit from this devil energy, Capricorn energy too. Thank you for the donation. Do you want a question? Travel this year. Okay, hold on. Let me just answer that question for G-Rab. Will G-Rab travel this year? Will G-Rab travel this year? If I have any more questions, it's 1111 at Ruby Reads Tarot, PayPal. Will G-Rab travel this year? Will G-Rab travel this year? Will G-Rab be traveling this year? Will G-Rab be traveling in the month of March 2021? Will G-Rab be traveling in the month of March 2021? Thank you for your question, G-Rab. Ooh, two cards for you there. 5 of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles. I don't know so much about traveling. I think there's going to be a lot that you might need to do in regards to work. I think that there are things that are perhaps conflicting of your time, and work might be one of them. I think it's not necessary that you won't be traveling. I just think that the focus at the moment isn't necessarily on work. If you were planning on making some traveling moves, I think there are some conflicts that you might need to resolve first in regards to work, with your scheduling, something along those lines of being caught up. I think in these could also be your responsibilities, basically. I just don't see travel. I don't see travel. I see a lot of responsibilities. I see the need for you to plug in a little bit and get your head down. I think the need to maybe choose your battles and pick, peace over war a little bit, G-Rab. I would also say that with the 8 of Pentacles, your focus is very your focus kind of needs to be on the creation of abundance right now, as opposed to the spending of abundance. That's what I would say. So no, I don't see travel right now for you, Jiro. I hope that helped. Thank you so much for your donation, for your question. Do I have any more questions, guys? I hope everyone's enjoying this new format. Thank you for hanging out with me. I like to do things this way now. I think just while I'm in transit and we're doing a shift of energies still until this new year at least, which starts in Aries season. So thank you for hanging out with me. Gemini is a crowd that has been quietly supporting, like, you're consistent, you're very consistent, and I am grateful for your energy, Gemini. So thank you for being the support that's always there. I appreciate that. I think it's fellow Mercurial appreciation. So we run at the same pace, don't we? Which is a lot faster than a lot of others, but it's nice to have your flow here present. Do I have any more questions? It's paper Ruby Reads Tarot 1111. I'll just keep shuffling until we have any more messages for the sign of Gemini for the month of March 2021. Have some more messages. Are you all Geminis in here? Let me know where you're from. And if it's another sign, let me know also. Eight of Cups, walking away. There's something you've got to find, Gemini. And it means moving on. And you don't necessarily need to move from where you're at. You could be going on another, like, an internal journey. But it's kind of chasing what feels good. And pursuing what you can achieve in terms of even emotions. And if it means moving away from something that was once really satiating and going in a new direction, I would take the risk. I would take the challenge. I would take it. Like, just go. You never know what you might find. You never know what you might see or meet along your journeys along the way. It'll be a good idea for you to open up to the possibility of change. You might have to welcome in release and letting go and surrendering control. I don't think you're going to mind it, though. I think it'll be good for you. It's where the vibe feels right, Gemini. And if it doesn't feel right where you're at, then you have to go. You have to move on. It's like, it's the time. The North Node is in your sign. It's been a super freaking challenging year. And you know you're not done. And you know there's still more. And you know that there's other stuff that's calling you. And you can't seem to get your attention away from it. You want it. Go find it. Go have it. Go make it yours. It's now or never. Don't slow yourself down. Don't slow yourself down, Gemini. There's no point in holding out for just holding on to more of the thing. Be present with your feelings this month, Gemini. Be really present with your feelings. You're going to need to really feel your way through this month. And I know that sounds scary as hell for a Gemini, but there's not a lot more you can do to hold some of this stuff down. And some of the things that may have been working before are not really working anymore. And you'd really do yourself a massive service by getting the help that you need. And it could be from friends and family. It could be reaching out to a tarot card reader. It could be speaking to a professional There's no shame in it, in getting the help that you need. There's no shame in taking the courageous steps to go and find what you want. Moving past a certain time or a certain situation in life where you might have felt a little bit held back. Go in search of what you want. And see for yourself, it's the end of a certain problematic, burdensome cycle. It is really time for you to drop the wands now. It's okay. You can move on. Things can really be as good or as bad as you want to in this direction now, Gemini. Really work on this marriage, huh? This partnership, this pair, this union, this whatever it is. Really work on it. Give it your all. Give it your all. Because I think you really want to. And I think if the energy isn't there, create it. You've had enough energy surging through your sign. You can really channel that to productive use. You can really channel it to productive use, Gemini. I think that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the questions. Thank you guys for being here. It's always a pleasure to have this energy with you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. We'll be back tomorrow with Cancer. We'll be back tomorrow with Cancer. I think we'll probably do something like 7 o'clock in the evening, Greenwich Mean Time. So make sure you're there. Small wildflowers to you, my dear. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you. And God bless and have a beautiful day. And I hope that you have a fantastic month of March full of all the love and joy. And I leave you in peace. Take care, guys. Take care.